On News Hour tonight, NEMA urges flood communities to evacuate. ACF tells northern leaders to stay united amid insecurity. Benue Assembly suspends 4 members over impeachment saga. On the foreign scene, Doha peace talks still as Congo M23 remain deadlocked. Hello and welcome to News Hour on Trust TV. I am Maimuna Bagudu. Now we begin with national matters. The Director General National Emergency Management Agency, Zubaida Umar, has directed all field officers covering communities along the River Niger to step up advocacy and mobilization efforts. Umar's directive is contained in a statement issued on Friday in Abuja. According to her, the directive is given following alerts of rising water levels in the upstream of the river in the Republic of Benue. The DG urged state governments to strengthen their emergency management agency and local emergency management committees in activating contingency plans and preparedness measures. Omar reaffirmed NEMA's commitment to coordinated actions aimed at safeguarding lives and livelihood along the River Niger. Now, the rainy season in Nigeria is often linked to an increase in diseases, largely due to the spread of disease vectors such as mosquitoes and the contamination of water sources. While some of these illnesses are treatable with simple remedies at home, many people are turning away from conventional hospitals in favor of alternative treatments. In this report, Trust TV's Adamu Imam tells us what informs the choices of those turning to other treatment alternatives. His report.
Heavy rains bring increased moisture and stagnant water, creating ideal breeding grounds for mosquitoes. This has resulted in a rise in malaria and other related illnesses. A close look at treatment options shows that many residents now rely on alternative medicine rather than visiting hospitals. Advocates of such remedies continue to promote their use.
But by the time you go for test and you understand that, okay, your issue is malaria and you are treating that malaria, by the time you finish treating the malaria, the headache will go. But when you go on treating headache without treating the malaria, the headache maybe at that time it will subside, but it will not go.
A week or two, I've used one of these alternative medicine from KD Healthcare, and I feel so relieved. You understand? So from then I realized, because I've been taking these Western medications, do you understand? It will give me a relief of a day or two. It will now come back. But this one that I've took from this KD Healthcare, you understand? I feel so much relieved, and for now, like this, I can recommend someone to go for it.
To say, but it's only God. If God can provide for you, you can be able to come. Even somebody did not advise you, if you come here or somebody just tell you something about it, you'll be able to come and see what they are doing there. As I just came now, it's my sister that invited me to come and see what she's doing there, and I was confused really that maybe me too, if I have the means of coming, by the grace of God, I will come and check myself without me going to the hospital.
Alternative medical practitioners also emphasize the importance of exploring these remedies, especially for ailments considered curable.
Suffering from malaria will take so many kind of medication, injection, but yet it is not responding. But to our own case, we have what we call Chin Hao. It's a Chinese remedy. It's a organic remedy that cure malaria, and not only curing the malaria, rather it also gives protection as a vaccine for some months. So that is why you see it's one of the major things we sell in the rainy season.
Previous reports suggest that the country's economic situation has pushed more Nigerians to prioritize alternative medicine as a cheaper and accessible option. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
Now, the Arewa Consultative Forum has called on northern leaders and citizens to remain vigilant and united in the face of worsening insecurity, political betrayal, and environmental disasters threatening the stability of the region. Chairman of the forum, Chief Mamman Osuman San, gave the charge on Thursday in Kaduna during the 78th National Executive Committee meeting of the body, cautioning against complacency and misinformation among the region's leadership. Trust TV's Bello Musa has more.
ACF to all
The chairman of the forum, Mike Usman, expressed concerns over the devastating impact of insecurity and natural disasters, stressing that the North continues to pay heavy prices.
Not to mention the incessant attacks and kidnappings that daily fraught us on our Nigerian roads. I therefore salute you as I further entreat you in your sustained resilience, sacrifice, and service to our people, region, and the country.
Reiterating the forum non-partisan stance, he reminded members that while individuals are free to hold personal political beliefs, the ACF remains above party politics.
I must remind all members that ACF is not partisan. While we each have our individual beliefs, ideologies, and idiosyncrasies, ACF, to all intents and purposes, absolutely remains aloof and does not belong to any political party, but is nonetheless stoically, unapologetically, unreservedly, and passionately attached to the mission of the salvation of the North and its people.
Osman said the forum must remain united and resolves against imperfections, misdirection, and misinformation for the North to address its challenges. Bella Musa, Trust TV News Kaduna.
And now we move to Benue State, where the State House of Assembly has approved immediate suspension of 4 members for attempting to impeach the Speaker. The House took the decision during plenary on Friday, presided over by the Speaker, Owanduna Jaho. Our correspondent in Benue State brings us details of the report.
The 4 members suspended at Afra Dembega of Makudi North constituency, Shimawa Emmanuel Vandikia 2 constituency, Siri Ikong of Ojutu constituency, and Abu Moro of Upper constituency. Their suspension is for the period of 3 months from legislative duties for what the House described as conspiracy and attempt to cause chaos in the House. The State Assembly Majority Leader in a motion informed the House that after a vote of confidence passed on the leadership of the Assembly and the Governor of the state, it was worrisome that barely 3 days after the House adopted resolutions on the matter, the affected members went behind to mobilize others to cause chaos. Other members, including Elias Auda and Peter Ipusu, condemned such act and supported the motion for their suspension.
The House condemned in stronger terms dishonorable actions of Alfred Dembega, Makudi North representative, and his cohorts, that the House suspend the following honorable members from legislative duties for 6 months for indulging in dishonorable actions capable of casting aspersions and causing acrimony in the House.
Honorable Speaker, the legislature is the beacon of democracy. All the members sitting here are representatives of the people. It is expected that they carry out their duties without fear or favor. On this note, I want to support this motion. I feel so pained that a member of the leadership of the 10th Assembly will be nursing the ambition of becoming a speaker when there is no problem in this honorable House. Personally, if I was to move the motion, they should have been suspended for 1 year because they are not ready for us to be together as a House.
The House Speaker subsequently ruled on the 3-month suspension for the affected members.
Sergeant at arms, move them out of the chamber.
The House also screened and confirmed on the 4 commissioner nominees out of the 9 sent by the state governor.
The Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde on Thursday said he is not ready to go low with anyone who decides to go into the gutters. He made the statement while addressing journalists shortly after the Southwest Zoning Consultative Summit of the People's Democratic Party held in Lagos. The governor added that despite challenges, recent elections had shown that the PDP remained a formidable force.
See, personally, when people go low or they go into the gutters, I don't go with them.
Okay, talking about not going to the gutters now. What effort are you making to people like Chin that I addressed the press earlier today?
No, we will reach out to them. I mean, that is democracy. We will reach out to them. Even I can disagree with people, but there shouldn't be anything personal here. It should be about what are we giving to Nigerians, because they are watching.
Now, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has commended police personnel and other security agencies who were deployed on election duties for exhibiting professionalism towards ensuring security and peaceful conduct of the Kaura Namoda South State Constituency supplementary election. The commendation message of the IGP was delivered to the police operatives and sister agencies through the Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG Hussaini Gumel, who was in charge of the Kaura Namoda South supplementary elections on security. The report.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, through Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG Hussaini Gumel, appreciated the professional conduct of the officers and men of the Nigerian police, while on field to provide security to voters, election officials, and others who played critical roles to ensure the successful conduct of the supplementary election. He noted that the police worked with other security agencies to provide the enabling environment for voters to participate in the supplementary election without fear of intimidation and harassment.
Yesterday was a D-Day. We were all here and we were briefed and adequately reminded to hold on to your responsibility of protecting the election. Under the guideline, you were able to work with sister security agencies and provided the enabling environment where citizens in the designated polling centers conducted themselves, participated in the election without fear of intimidation.
AIG Gumel also praised the conduct of the electorate while they filed out to cast their votes for the parties and candidates of their choice during the rerun election.
The Inspector General of Police have directed that you can stand down on this critical assignment with a lot of appreciation. And we bid you farewell back to your burial destination. Let us be reminded that our conduct also while on the way back to remain according to the rules of engagement. We are not expected to harass other travelers going the same way with you. You are not supposed to do anything that will dent the image of the police.
The police authorities disclosed that the security forces were able to suppress the tendency of those violators of the electoral guidelines and laws.
Non-candidate of the All Progressive Congress APC, Saadu Kamilu, has won the Karanamoda South State constituency by-elections in Zamfara State. The Independent National Electoral Commission rescheduled the supplementary elections for Thursday, 21st August to determine the winner. After the commission concluded the exercise in two of the registration areas of Sakanjiki and Kiambarawa and 5 polling units on Thursday, a winner emerged from the rerun. The APC candidate Saadu Kamilu polled 8,182 votes, while his closest candidate of the PDP, Mohammed Lawal, scored 5,544. The returning officer, Professor Saad Lawal, declared the candidate of the APC the winner, having scored the highest number of votes and satisfying the requirements of the law.
Saidu Kamilu of APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and returned elected. Thank you very much.
And now we move to Zamfara State, where the state governor, Dauda Lawal, is set to host fellow governors of the People's Democratic Party in Gusau on Saturday for a strategic meeting aimed at shaping the party's direction ahead of its national convention. A statement by the spokesperson to the governor, Suleiman Bala, on Friday stated that the governors are expected to arrive in Gusau Friday in preparation for the closed-door session scheduled for Saturday. It noted that the meeting is a pivotal gathering to deliberate on key political strategies and foster unity within the party. The statement further noted that the meeting will provide an opportunity for party leaders to address pressing political issues, strengthen internal cohesion, and collaborate on developmental initiatives across their respective states. The governors will discuss preparations for the upcoming national convention organized by the PDP National Executive Committee, scheduled to take place in Ibadan, Oyo State, on November 15 and 16, 2025. The immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, has urged members of the State House of Assembly to rally behind Governor Usman Ododo's administration. Bello, who handed over to Ododo after completing his tenure in January 2024, made the appeal while addressing the group of lawmakers in a 29-second video circulating on social media. In his address to the legislators, some of whom he asked to sit on the floor as he spoke, Bello urged them to work in unity with Speaker Aliyu Umar Yusuf and other members in supporting Ododo. The former governor stressed the need for the lawmakers to back initiatives brought before the Assembly by Governor Ododo's administration.
Thank you. Sit down. So, as you are going in there now, go and cooperate with the Speaker, other members of the House of Assembly of Kogi State, and be part of those that will support Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo. Are you getting my point? In everything that comes to the Assembly, everything. Even if you don't understand.
Now, the Nigerian Customs Service Ogun 1 Area Command has impounded 3 exotic cars, including a 2021 Rolls-Royce Ghost with a duty-paid value of 905 million naira. The Ogun 1 Area Command Controller Godwin Otunla, disclosed these at a briefing held in Iduroko on Thursday. Trust TV's Abbas Ibrahim Dalebi reports.
Customs Area Commander Otunla said that the seizures were a fallout of the command's firm commitment not to relent in combating the menace of smuggling, nor bow to the antics of recalcitrant economic saboteurs who undermine the nation's economy and security.
Command, under my leadership, will not relent in combating the menace of smuggling, nor bow to the antics of recalcitrant economic saboteurs who undermine our nation's economy and security. Anti-smuggling achievement recorded. I'm delighted to inform you today that, true to our words, the command has sustained the momentum and recorded remarkable achievements within this short period. Through intelligence-driven operations, resilience, and the unwavering commitment of our gallant officers, we successfully made the following serious. Number one, foreign purple rice of 50 kg each. We have 4,424 bags, which is over 7 truckloads.
Odunla, however, reiterated that the fight against smuggling remains a collective responsibility, promising that the command would continue to build on collaboration, intelligence sharing, and innovation, in line with the policy thrust of the Comptroller General of Customs.
I wish to use this opportunity to commend the gallant officers and men of Ogun Area 1 Command for their resilience, dedication. I also appreciate the support of my officers from the headquarters. We have the Customs Police, we have our intelligence unit, the CIU, and also the support of our sister agencies, that security agencies, and the cooperation of the patriotic members of the border committees, who continue to provide credible intelligence to aid our operations.
Odunla commended operatives of the command for their resilience and dedication, while also appreciating the support of other security agencies, as well as the cooperation of patriotic members of the border communities, who will continue to provide credible intelligence to aid the command's operations.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has declared Bashir Haske, a businessman and son-in-law of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, wanted over an alleged case of criminal conspiracy and money laundering. In a notice issued by the Commission's head of media and publicity, Dele Oyewale, the EFCC urged members of the public with helpful information about Haske's whereabouts to report to the nearest police station or any of the Commission's offices nationwide. Haske, 38, whose photograph was released by the Anti-Graft Agency, was last known to reside at number 6 Mosley Road, Ikoyi, Lagos, and 952/953 Dejo Street, Victoria Island, Lagos State. The EFCC, in a statement, appealed to Nigerians to assist in tracking him down by providing credible information through its offices in major cities, including Ibadan, Uyo, Sokoto, Maiduguri, Benin, Makurdi, Kaduna, Ilorin, Enugu, Kano, Lagos, Gombe, Port Harcourt, and Abuja. Now, as the impact of subsidy removal continues to bite hard on Nigerians, the cost of cars in the country has soared beyond the reach of many citizens. From currency depreciation to higher import tariffs and global shipping charges, owning or even maintaining a vehicle, whether new or fairly used, has become a major challenge. In this report, Abdulaziz Ibrahim examines how the situation is affecting both consumers and businesses in Kano. The report.
Car prices in Nigeria have risen sharply, leaving many unable to afford new or fairly used imported vehicles. Experts attribute the surge to the sharp depreciation in the naira, increased customs tariff, and rising global shipping costs. Then there is the issue of duty. In the past, when we were bringing in a car, the duty was far more affordable. For example, a car that used to cost 3 million naira now has a duty charge alone of 3 million naira. So before even considering the actual cost of the car.
My mother will say, anytime that there's no snake around, the lizard become the head of the community. So cars that we are supposed to ship into this country are becoming very expensive. So since they are expensive to bring in direct Belgium, the ones that are around, their prices have soared because that is the ones available for the average Nigerian man to make use of.
The economic reforms under the Tinubu administration have further pushed up the cost of living, forcing more Nigerians to rely on older cars. But that choice comes with its own challenges.
Because we have had cases of people buying used car from a car stand. After 1 month, 2 months, as I speak to you, I have a friend who bought a car from me January. No, a day to Valentine. 13th February. He called me last month that the car is faulty. That's 6 months. I have a friend who bought a car from me, my neighbor, This is from April after fasting or Karaman Salah also. We are having an issue now of threatening to go to police.
Maintaining older vehicles is becoming increasingly difficult as spare parts have become expensive, with many car owners cutting costs either by reducing purchases or skipping regular servicing. Dealers and mechanics alike say the trend is hurting business as customers struggle to cope with the rising expenses. For most of my customers, other expenses that are more important than cars force them to stop using their vehicles. Those who still use them often forgo repairs they consider non-essential, and even the necessary fixes are done in whatever way keeps the car running, rather than the way they actually are supposed to be done. With calls growing for vehicle financing options, many Nigerians hope that someday car ownership will become less burdensome. For now, however, dealers, mechanics, and motorists continue to count their losses in the face of soaring costs. Abdulaziz Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Kano.
We move to Katsina State now, where the state government has commended the gallant troops of the Nigerian Army following a successful operation at Baba in Kankara local government area of the state, where 7 armed bandits were neutralized and 4 motorcycles recovered. Briefing newsmen on Friday in Katsina, the Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Nasser Maazo, said the encounter, which lasted for over 2 hours on Thursday, August 21st, 2024, was carried out after credible intelligence revealed the movement of criminal elements terrorizing farming communities in the area. He said the success comes as part of the ongoing military operations across frontline local government areas aimed at dismantling criminal hideouts and restoring peaceful farming activities during these rainy season. The Commissioner explained further that Katsina State Government, through the Ministry of Internal Securities and Home Affairs, acknowledges the courage and professionalism of the Nigerian Army and other security agencies working tirelessly to protect the people of the state. He reiterates state government's commitment to support security agencies with logistics, intelligence sharing, and community-based collaborations to sustain the momentum against banditry. This is News Hour on Trust TV, coming up after the break. Lagos residents shares benefits of estate life. More news when we return. Do stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the News Hour on Trust TV. Let's take a look at our top stories once again. NEMA urges flood communities to evacuate, and ACF tells northern leaders to stay united amid insecurity. Now, moving on to more stories. The Nigerian Forest and Security Service in Kano State reportedly receiving 149 crime complaints in July. The Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Forest and Security Service Kano State Command, Usman Omar, made this known in an interview on Friday in Kano. This is in contrast to the 83 complaints the service stated it received in June. Omar said the service is doing its best to live up to its mandate in preventing, detecting, and combating crimes and illegal activities perpetrated in the forest. The PRO said that NFSS will continue to secure and make forest-free crime zones. He also urged the general public to report any criminal activities happening in their community and the surrounding areas. A vigilante leader and another vigilante member were killed on Wednesday when gunmen attacked Amokohia Ubi, a community in Owerri West local government area of Imo State, Nigeria's southeast. The incident, which occurred at about 6:30 p.m., forced many frightened residents to flee to neighboring communities for safety. A resident of the Amokohia Ubi community, who identified himself simply as Paul, said that the vigilante leader Monday Nwaozuzu was shot dead during the attack. Another resident who who asked not to be named, explained that the trouble started when vigilante members tried to prevent herders and their cattle from entering farmlands around a school access in the community. The residents stressed they suspected that the attackers had abducted some vigilante operatives. They said that when some residents phoned one of the vigilante members on Thursday morning, a suspected herder picked up the call. The police spokesperson in Imo State, Henry Okoye, confirmed the attack, saying that the vigilante leader and another vigilante member were shot by the bandits during the attack. Now, as the menace of rising insecurity across the country continue to plague the nation, many Nigerians are now opting to live in estates as against open neighborhoods. This, they say, is safer as estates offer better security than other areas where occupants are left to the mercy of protecting themselves. A report.
In recent years, residential estates have become highly sought-after living spaces in many urban and semi-urban areas. In cities where the constant honk of car horns and the voices of street vendors dominate daily life, many Nigerians are opting for the quiet comforts of estates. One of the most distinguishing features of estates is their peaceful atmosphere. Beyond serenity, estates are known for tight security and better living conditions. Unlike open neighborhoods, estates and gated communities with controlled access, limiting both human and vehicular movements. This not only enhances security but also reduces noise levels significantly, making them more attractive to many.
People are moving into estates these days. If I'm not mistaken, according to my own understanding, you know, the situation of this country now, the insecurity is everywhere. Even the Lagos state is not safe. The Federal Capital Territory, which is the capital of Nigeria, is not safe. Everywhere is not safe. And people prefer staying in estates because you cannot just enter someone's estate without passing through some processing. For instance, this particular street here, or Shuboye here, is just that because of the love of our people, they allow people to hustle their time. But when you come here on Sunday, I bet you, here look like an estate, a quiet place that someone can stay.
I don't like living in a crowded compound or environment because of noise. I don't like noise. And I would not want to have issues with anybody. Maybe their children are playing and I want to tell them that please, I don't need noise. I don't want that problem. So that's the reason why I choose to stay in a compound where we are just 3 tenants in the compound. So I don't like noise and I don't want to have issues with anybody based on the fact that why are you not allowing my children to play? No, I don't want it.
I choose to stay in an estate because it's more secure for me. It's more secure. Yes, it's more expensive than living in an open space. We all know that. You pay for the security, you pay for everything, but at least you see what you are paying for. You see what you are paying for. Or if a face that is not familiar is picking your kids, the security will definitely stop and ask. Because they know each parent by the flat, the block you live in. So your kids can't just walk out without adult supervision. They will question them, where are you going? And they will have to call the parents to confirm. So it's at least there's an accountability.
You know, when you stay in an estate, you secure the life of the property, your children, and your own self. So you know, so there's security in the estate that guarantee you're going out and coming in. On my own opinion, is the best in Nigeria because there's a lot of advantages when you are staying there. So me, I prefer staying in estate because I love it. It's more even secure than living in the street or living in an area that you have a lot of hooligans, hoodlums around.
Beyond security and serenity, many estates, particularly in Lagos, offer essential infrastructure such as paved roads, street lighting, and organized waste disposal system. These amenities, combined with the peaceful environment, have fueled a steady rise in property demand and prices within estates. As Nigerians' urban city grows increasingly congested and noisy, the shift toward estate living is expected to rise, especially among households seeking comfort, safety, and peace of mind.
Now, the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP, has described the proposed federal government loan scheme for its members as unnecessarily distractions. The union urged government to pay their outstanding liabilities before talking about loans. The president of ASUP, Shama Banjahu, stated this Friday while responding to questions from journalists during a press conference organized by ASUP Zone B held in Bauchi. The president explained that several meetings were held with the ministry's officials, MBTE and union on how to resolve lingering issues, but no positive response from the government, which prompted the union to give the government ultimatum. He, however, disclosed that the Ministry of Education has invited the union for dialogue to discuss ways to address the issues at stake. Now, the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ Jigawa State Council, in collaboration with the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, Jigawa State Chapter, has organized a two-day training workshop for information officers and new media aides across the 27 local government areas of the state. The report. Declaring the event open in Dusi, the Jigawa State Head of Civil Service Mohammed Dakacheri, who was represented by Musa Arabadi, commended the NUJ and Algon for initiating the program. He described the training as timely, stressing that effective information management is key to good governance, transparency, and strengthening communication between government and citizens.
As we gather here for this training workshop, and I encourage all participants to take full advantage of this opportunity to enhance your skills in information dissemination and new media engagement. The role you play as information officers and new media aides is crucial in promoting transparency, accountability, and effective governance at the local government level.
In his remarks, the chairman of NUJ Jigawa Council, Ismail Ibrahim Duse, explained that the workshop is designed to enhance the capacity of participants in digital journalism, new media management, and professional ethics in information dissemination. He added that the program will also equip information officers with modern skills needed to counter misinformation and promote positive narratives about government policies and programs.
Today marks yet another important milestone in the effort of our union and the state government in ensuring the continuous training and retraining of our members for effective service delivery in our states. It is worthy of note that this training will no doubt assist participants in enhancing their skills and knowledge regarding the responsible dissemination of information in today's digital age.
The two-day workshop brings together information officers and new media aides from all the 27 local government areas of Jigawa State, with resource persons drawn from the fields of journalism, communication, and digital media. Participants are expected to, at the end of the training, develop improved strategies for effective information management and communication at the grassroots level. Now, the National Emergency Management Agency on Friday said the Joint Response Team has confirmed the rescue of 41 persons and 4 deaths from the recent boat mishap in Goronyo, Sokoto State. The agency, in a statement signed by the agency's head of press unit, Manzo Ezekiel, said the increase in fatalities followed the recovery of an additional body earlier on Friday. A funeral prayer was observed in line with Islamic rites, and the body was immediately laid to rest. Meanwhile, the Director General of NEMA, Zubaida Umar, commended the rescue team for their diligence and the collective efforts of all stakeholders towards the success of the operation. Recalled that the tragic boat mishap occurred on Sunday at Okojio village area of the Goronyo Dam in Sokoto State. You're still watching News Hour on Trust TV. The news continues after the break. Welcome back. Now we move to business. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has recorded a substantial decline in its profit after tax, dropping from 905 billion naira in June to 185 billion naira in July. This represents a staggering 79.6% increase in profit. The company, in its monthly report released late on Thursday, said it recorded 4.41 trillion naira in July, down from 4.57 trillion naira in the previous month. According to previous reports, NNPC's profit after tax in June was 905 billion naira, down from 1.05 trillion naira in May. The July figure marked a significant decline even as oil production rose marginally from 1.68 million barrels per day to 1.7 MMBD natural gas. The natural gas production was 7.7 billion cubic feet compared to 7.58 BCF last month. The NNPC report showed significant strides in infrastructure development as the AKK and OB3 gas pipeline project hit 96 and 83% completion levels, respectively. Upstream pipeline availability remained strong at 100%. Now, away from Nigeria, a high-stakes negotiations between the Congolese government and the M23 rebel group have finally opened in Doha amid a climate of deep mistrust and a fundamental deadlock over the release of prisoners. The talks, which began on Wednesday after a significant delay, are already threatened by both sides' refusal to compromise on this critical initial issue. The dialogue, originally scheduled for August 8, was postponed due to a resurgence of fighting in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The delay drew frustration from international observers, including the United States, and required renewed diplomatic pressure from host nation Qatar to bring the parties back to the table. The primary stated goal of this new round is to ensure the full implementation of the Declaration of Principles signed by both parties in Doha on July 19. However, progress is immediately blocked by a single intractable problem: the M23's demand for the release of its imprisoned members. Now for sports updates, let's join Aideniyi Ajishafe.
Super Eagles coach Eric Chelas named a 31-man provincial squad ahead of Nigeria's crucial 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying matches against Rwanda and South Africa. Notable among the invited players are goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali, Amas Obasugi, Adebayo Adele, and Harcourt Ebenezer. Defenders William Truss-Ekong, Calvin Bassey, Olaina, Bruno Yemechi, and midfielders Frank Oyeka, Alex Iwobi, Wilfred Ndidi. The forwards in Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, Moses Simon, Victor Boniface, Sadiq Umar, among others. Nigeria currently sits fourth in Group C with 7 points. Rwanda is second place with 8 points, and South Africa leading the group on 13 points. And still in sport, former Super Eagles defender Taribo West has hit out at the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) and Lagos State government for neglecting the family of late Super Eagles goalkeeper Peter Rufai. Rufai, Nigeria's first-choice goalkeeper during the victorious 1994 Africa Cup of Nations campaign and the maiden FIFA World Cup in the United States. Speaking during Rufai's burial in Lagos, West said the treatment of the former shotstopper's family reflects a culture of neglect for Nigerian football legends.
My old contemporaries to be here in this incredible day and just share the burden and the pains with the family that has rest upon their shoulders. For me, it's disheartening that you have Lagos State, you have Nigerian Football Association, they dropped the buck on the family. I felt in my spirit there is nothing to put your life for. That's why I say I have to shift back so that I will not implode. It's grieving. My mother passed on. I never shed tears. My father passed on in my hands. I never shed tears. But when Rufai passed on, I had ghost pimple on my body. And every individual I'm speaking to, there was, tears of lamb rolling through my cheeks. What kind of nation is this?
Various represented clubs in Belgium, Spain, and Portugal during a career spanning over 2 decades before retiring from football. Peter Rufai, affectionately called Dodoma Yana, died in July at 61. And that's Sport News. I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe.
We've come to the end of News Hour on Trust TV. Do well to follow us on all of our social media and also watch us on our live stream on our YouTube channel. I am Maimuna Bagudu. Good night.